The NBA's highest-paid coaches take home multi-million-dollar salaries that outpace most players. But these elite sideline generals earn every penny by managing superstar egos, drawing up winning plays, and keeping championship dreams alive. Coaching in the NBA is an all-consuming job with intense pressure to win at the highest level. We'll count down the top 10 best compensated coaches and look at how they earn their massive paychecks through strong leadership, tactical mastery, and by recruiting superstar talent. Number 10. Tyron Lue, Los Angeles Clippers. Annual salary, $6.5 million. After a modest NBA playing career, most notably backing up Allen Iverson on the 76 ERs, Tyron Lue has quickly established himself as one of the league's up-and-coming bright coaches. He became interim head coach of the Cavaliers during the 2015 to 2016 season before the team went on their historic finals run, defeating the Warriors. Lue impressively steered the Cavs roster, led by megastar LeBron James, to 3 straight NBA Finals from 2016 to 2018. His strong tactical adjustments and player development skills were given much credit, despite coming up short in the final 2 attempts against Golden State. After being let go by Cleveland, Lue was scooped up by the Los Angeles Clippers in 2020. His creative, gravity-defying offenses and motivation to get the most out of fringe starters have helped the smaller market Clippers stay fiercely competitive in the stacked Western Conference. Number 9. Rick Carlisle, Indiana Pacers. Annual salary, $7.25 million. A coach with a championship pedigree, both from his playing days with the legendary 1986 Boston Celtics and from an unlikely run to the title with Dirk Nowitzki's Mavericks in 2011, Rick Carlisle's resume speaks for itself. His teams have made the playoffs 11 times over his 20 years on the sidelines. Carlisle's savvy and composure are critical in the postseason. He can make the right tweaks to expose opponents' weaknesses when it matters most. The coach also has an adaptive style and tailors his systems around the personnel he has to work with. After stepping down in Dallas, Carlisle decided to take on the rebuilding effort with the Indiana Pacers, the small market team that gave him his first head coaching opportunity back in 2003. Number 8. Jason Kidd, Dallas Mavericks. Annual salary, $8 million. The current head honcho in Big D, Jason Kidd, has made the unusual transition from an all-time great player at the point guard position to a respected NBA head coach. In his debut season, Kidd impressed by leading Luka Doncic and the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals before falling to Golden State. Long known as a high basketball IQ floor general, Kidd has brought that same cerebral approach to the bench. He loves to exploit matchups, seamlessly adjust roles, and experiment with unorthodox lineups. His risk-taking and creative style have helped Dallas embrace an aggressive offensive identity. Given his young age and familiarity with the modern player, front offices also value Kidd's ability to build relationships, connect with today's stars like Luka, and get maximum buy-in. Number 7. Steve Nash, Brooklyn Nets. Annual salary, $8 million. Steve Nash raised some eyebrows when the Brooklyn Nets tapped the former back-to-back league MVP to take over head coaching duties in 2020, despite having 0 bench experience. However, management felt Nash's high IQ, rapport with players, and recognizable success could help superstars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving buy into a team culture. While the past 2 seasons have yielded disappointing playoff results, Nash has weathered turbulent storms like Irving's vaccination status and Durant's trade demand in stride. He still has the chance to prove he can guide this talented but unpredictable roster deep into the postseason. Nash's schemes emphasize spacing, sharp ball movement, and having multi-dimensional shot creators modeled on those mid-2000s Suns teams he quarterbacked. His cerebral approach continues to command the respect of veterans and younger players alike. Number 6. Nick Nurse, Toronto Raptors. Annual salary, $8 million. After cutting his teeth for nearly 3 decades drawing up plays in the British Basketball League and NBA G League, Nick Nurse finally got his big break when Toronto called upon him as their new head coach in 2018. The unconventional hiring initially received criticism, but delivered immediate results. With his creative, risk-taking philosophy, Nurse engineered one of the most efficient and adaptable defenses in recent NBA history. His defensive schemes were crucial to stopping the Warriors dynasty and delivering the Raptors their first championship in 2019. Despite losing superstar Kawhi Leonard that offseason, Nurse has shown an ability to continuously reinvent this Raptors roster. His array of bizarre zone defenses, box and ones, and trapping press breaks continue to frustrate opponents. Combined with an equally versatile offense, Nurse has cemented himself as one of the league's most outside-the-box thinkers. Number 5. Mike Budenholzer, Milwaukee Bucks. Annual salary, $8 million. After serving a lengthy 19-year apprenticeship under Greg Popovich in San Antonio, Mike Budenholzer has stepped out of the considerable shadow cast by his mentor to make his own name as an NBA head coach. Coach Bud's teams are renowned for their spacing, unselfish passing, and lethal three-point shooting. His offensive system, dubbed Pace and Space, creates room for stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo to attack mismatches and finish at the rim. This modern stylistic approach delivered Budenholzer immediate success in Atlanta, before culminating in Milwaukee's first title in 50 years behind one of the most efficient and potent offenses the league has ever seen. His keen understanding of players' strengths and how to put them in positions to thrive makes Coach Bud a perennial favorite for the Coach of the Year award. Number 4. Erik Spoelstra, Miami Heat. Annual salary, $8.5 million. Erik Spoelstra has come a long way from the 28-year-old video coordinator for the Miami Heat back in 1995. His first big break came from none other than Hall of Fame coach Pat Riley, who saw Spoelstra's high capacity for work and intense passion for the game. After rising from the video room through the coaching ranks, Spoelstra took over head duties in 2008. His ability to adapt and tailor systems around changing rosters, led by Dwyane Wade and later LeBron James and Bosh, highlighted his early success. Spoelstra values conditioning and inspires buy-in from players through strong relationship building. After Miami's Big Three era, he has since shown his versatility by leading gritty, defensive-minded Heat teams back to championship contention. Number 3. Doc Rivers, Philadelphia 76ers. Annual salary, $8.5 million. Now the venerable elder statesman on NBA sidelines, Doc Rivers has seen and accomplished it all over 23 seasons, pacing up and down in custom-tailored suits and kicks. Rivers became Coach of the Year with Orlando early on before making his name in Boston, where his motivational tactics and defensive schemes led the Celtics and Big Three to a memorable championship. Known league-wide by his nickname earned in New York, Doc, players revere his leadership style built on strong communication and mutual respect. Now tasked with trying to break through with Joel Embiid and Harden in Philly, Rivers remains hungry for one more ring. Number 2. Steve Kerr, Golden State Warriors. Annual salary, $9.5 million. As a smooth shooting role player during his playing days, Steve Kerr won the genetic lottery by having the good fortune of suiting up next to Michael Jordan in Chicago, before finishing his career alongside Tim Duncan on the Spurs. Kerr soaked up invaluable experience playing for two of the league's coaching giants, Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich. When Golden State took a chance on hiring the former broadcaster and general manager as their head coach in 2014, few envisioned the dynastic run that would follow. Dubbed the Warriors Whisperer, Kerr's embrace of once frowned upon strategies like volume three-point shooting and positionless small ball revolutionized the modern game. Beyond the innovative X and O's, his locker room connectivity and running an inclusive, joyful culture have become the envy of the league. Number 1. Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs. Annual salary, $11.5 million. The longest tenured active coach across North America's 4 major sports leagues, Greg Popovich, is in a class of his own. The curmudgeonly 73-year-old is the quintessential coach who empowers players to succeed in his system rather than the other way around. His resume is untouched in NBA coaching circles, winning 5 championships and making the playoffs in 22 consecutive seasons. The consistency across decades with changing rosters remains unmatched and is a testament to the culture and standards Popovich brings. While his abrasive style and flair for one-liners aim to get the best from his stars, his emphasis on selflessness, ball movement, and accountability have defined the San Antonio model envied across sports. With protégés like Steve Kerr flourishing, Pop's coaching tree casts a vast shadow sure to impact the league for generations. Well, I hope you enjoyed getting to know the 10 men patrolling the sidelines who all take home at least $6.5 million a year to draw up plays, make substitutions, argue with refs, and motivate their teams. It's an enormously demanding job where coaches inevitably take the fall before the players. But as we've seen, the very best in the profession thrive across decades by constantly evolving. Given the rising financial stakes of winning in the modern NBA, don't be surprised if owners start throwing around record-setting deals to try and lure the next once-in-a-generation sideline savant like Popovich or Kerr. But for now, those coaches remain in a salary bracket all of their own as the game's highest paid and most influential game changers today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications to never miss another upload. Thanks for watching.